lost the other week, Ozzy Osbourne. If you enjoy this content and want to see more, leave a like on the video, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what type of video you want to see next. Thanks, and enjoy the video. Ozzy Osbourne, known as the Prince of Darkness, is one of the most famous and wildest figures in rock music. He was born in a poor neighbourhood in Birmingham, England, after World War II. From tough beginnings, Ozzy rose to fame as the lead singer of Black Sabbath and later became a successful solo artist. His life has been full of ups and downs, raw talent, personal struggles, constant change, and a huge impact on music that still lasts today. Ozzy's wild style and unforgettable voice helped shape heavy metal and left a lasting mark on pop culture. He was born on December 3rd, 1948, in Aston, a rough area of Birmingham. Ozzy was one of 6 kids, and his family lived in a tiny 2-bedroom house. His dad worked nights as a toolmaker, and his mum worked in a factory. They didn't have much money and often struggled to get by. Growing up, Ozzy had a hard time in school. He had dyslexia and got picked on a lot. He quit school at 15 and worked different low-paying jobs, like in a car factory and a slaughterhouse. But everything changed when he heard the Beatles, especially their song, She Loves You. From that moment, he knew he wanted to be a rock star, even though he got into some trouble with the law, like getting arrested for stealing and having to wear women's shoes in jail because his dad wouldn't pay for proper ones. Ozzy kept chasing music, and that choice changed everything. In 1968, Ozzy teamed up with guitarist Tony Iommi, bassist Geezer Butler, and drummer Bill Ward to start a blues rock band called Earth. They later changed the name to Black Sabbath, inspired by a horror movie, and shifted their music to a darker, heavier sound. Their first album, Black Sabbath, came out in 1970 and is seen as the start of heavy metal. With songs like Black Sabbath and NIB, the album's dark themes and heavy guitar riffs shocked critics, but won over fans. Their next album, Paranoid, made them global stars. Tracks like War Pigs, Iron Man, and Paranoid became huge hits and symbols of youth rebellion. With Ozzy's eerie voice, Iommi's powerful guitar, and Butler's intense lyrics, Black Sabbath created a sound that was the opposite of the peace and love vibe of the 1960s. Throughout the early 1970s, they released hit albums like Master of Reality, Volume 4, and Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. But success brought problems. Ozzy's heavy use of drugs and alcohol caused tension in the band. In 1979, after 10 years with Black Sabbath, Ozzy was fired because his behaviour had become too unpredictable. What could have ended Ozzy's career actually led to a huge comeback. With help from Sharon Arden, who later became his wife, Ozzy started a solo career. In 1980, he released Blizzard of Oz, featuring talented guitarist Randy Rhoads. The album was a big hit, with songs like Crazy Train and Mr. Crowley. Rhoads' unique guitar style and Ozzy's new energy helped him win over fans again. In 1982, tragedy hit when Rhoads died in a plane crash while on tour. Ozzy was heartbroken and almost quit music, but he kept going with albums like Diary of a Madman, Bark at the Moon, and No Rest for the Wicked. His live shows became wild and theatrical. Most famously, he bit the head off a bat on stage in 1982, which he later said was an accident. Even with all the chaos, Ozzy's solo career took off. Fans loved him for being wild, weird, and real. His music mixed dark themes with deep emotion, and his stage presence swung between funny and creepy. By the late 1990s, he was seen as a legend in heavy metal. 2002, Ozzy reached a whole new crowd with the Osbournes, a reality show on MTV starring him, Sharon, and their kids, Jack and Kelly. The show became a hit. People were surprised to see a softer, funnier side of Ozzy, a confused but caring dad dealing with everyday life. It turned him into a pop culture icon all over again. Behind the scenes, Ozzy struggled for years with drug and alcohol addiction. It hurt his health and his relationships. In 1989, during a blackout, he tried to strangle Sharon and was arrested. He later said it was one of his biggest regrets and went to rehab many times. On top of that, Ozzy has had serious health issues. In 2003, he almost died in an ATV accident, and in 2020, he shared that he has Parkinson's disease. Still, he kept making music and connecting with fans. Through it all, Sharon has been a huge part of his life, managing his career and standing by him through the chaos. Their relationship hasn't been perfect, but it's lasted more than 40 years, and they've raised 3 kids together. Ozzy Osbourne's impact on rock and metal music is huge. As the lead singer of Black Sabbath, he helped create heavy metal, a genre that led to tons of other styles and fan communities around the world. His unique voice, spooky stage presence, and dark lyrics about death, war, and madness influenced bands like Metallica and Slipknot. As a solo artist, Ozzy kept changing with the times. He added glam metal, emotional ballads, and even some industrial sounds to his music. He worked with top musicians like Zakk Wylde, Jake E. Lee, and producer Andrew Watt. In 1996, Ozzy started Ozzfest, a touring music festival that helped launch bands like System of a Down, Slipknot, and Disturbed. At a time when grunge and alternative rock were everywhere, Ozzfest helped bring metal back into the spotlight. Over the years, Ozzy has earned many awards. Black Sabbath was added to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2006. Ozzy also won a Grammy, was honoured at the MTV Europe Music Awards, and received awards in the UK for songwriting. Even while dealing with health problems, Ozzy kept making music. In 2022, he released Patient Number 9 with guests like Eric Clapton, Jeff Beck, and Tony Iommi. The album won Best Rock Album at the 2023 Grammys, showing he's still got it. Ozzy is more than a musician. He's a symbol of rebellion, survival, and transformation. He's been spoofed on shows like South Park and Family Guy, and referenced in movies and fashion. After all these years, he's still part legend, part mystery, and always unforgettable. Ozzy Osbourne's life was like a rock and roll movie, full of highs, lows, wild moments, and second chances. From the smoky streets of Birmingham to sold-out arenas and TV screens around the world, Ozzy constantly surprised people. His voice, both eerie and powerful, became the sound of a generation searching for truth in a messy world. But Ozzy was more than just a musician. He was a symbol of what it means to fall, get back up, and keep going. He faced fame, addiction, and health struggles head on, but never let those things define him. He brought the darkness into the light and showed the world that even in chaos, there's beauty. Ozzy's story was bigger than life. From his tough beginnings in Aston to becoming a global icon, he battled addiction, illness, and heartbreak with the same energy he put into his music. Whether it was through Black Sabbath, solo albums like Blizzard of Oz, or his wild reality show, Ozzy always stayed true to himself. He didn't follow the rules. He made his own. On July 22nd, 2025, Ozzy Osbourne passed away at 76, surrounded by family at home in Buckinghamshire. Just 17 days before, He played one last show with Black Sabbath in Birmingham, bringing his journey full circle. It was the end of an era, but the start of a legend. His songs will still shake speakers. His face will still appear in murals and documentaries, and his spirit will always echo through the streets of Birmingham. As Ozzy once said, he wasn't here to be pitied. He gave everything he had. Ozzy Osbourne may be gone, but his roar will never fade. Thanks for watching. I will see you all in the next video.